So the government name is Chanel, but I go by Channie. And I am from West Palm Beach, Florida, born and raised. I do a little bit of everything. If you need admin work, I'm your girl. If you need African dancers, I'm your girl. If you need a singer, I'm your girl. I'm a performer. And I also have my company whose website that I just launched recently. It's called Tummy Treasures Waist Beads, which are waist beads that are handcrafted in Ghana that I get imported over here. And yeah, that's what I do. When I first heard about the series, first of all, it was done by one of my favorite local photographers, so I was already excited about that. And secondly, I thought that it was a discussion that needed to be had. Colorism is definitely something that affects African Americans especially, and just people who are darker in complexion. So it's a conversation that needs to be had because it's something that's been going on for hundreds of years. And in order to fix the problem, we first have to acknowledge it. So growing up in the States, especially in the South, being someone of darker complexion, you are always kind of seen, you are always put on the back burner when it comes to, like, when people look at you, even as children, you know, even as children, people tend to compliment like the fair skinned children more. They tend to compliment children who have silkier hair more. So growing up, I will say I did not hear "you're beautiful" as much as I do now. And the thing is, that's because I had to grow into myself and I had to love who I was. You know, I wasn't really getting that love. I had to create that love myself. And I know that there are a lot of dark-skinned girls that could probably relate to where I'm coming from. It was a journey. It's not something that just happened overnight. I will say that an ex of mine, we were on the phone and my ex asked me, "Do you love yourself?" This was at the tender age. I was like 16, 17. And I remember that I couldn't answer the question. I couldn't completely say no, but I couldn't say yes either. So since I was about 17, I was on this self-love journey, self-love discovery, because the next time somebody asks me that question, I wanted to be able to fully say and believe, yes, I do love myself. And I have to say, over 10 years later, here we are, and yes, I can. Being a native South Florida and being a woman who is, like I said, a little bit on the heavier side, I don't like clothes. It is South Florida. It is hot as hell. And I do not want to be walking around sweating in places that God knows we don't want to be sweating through, you know, during the day, throughout the day. So unfortunately, as long as you're comfortable, nothing else should matter. I remember I have been like objectified by other women because of the way that I dress. Because I tend to wear crop tops and like shorter skirts and shorter dresses. I've actually walked into a group of women and I've gotten like side-eyed, like, who does she think she is? Why is she wearing that? And it's like, because I'm hot as shit, you know? And like, even though I shouldn't have to explain myself, that's where the negative side of the judgment comes in. Instead of being embraced by my fellow sisters, you know, I get side-eyed sometimes and I get, why is she wearing that, you know? It's because I'm hot. I live in South Florida. It's hot, and because I want to, that's why. The thing is, you can't get validation from anyone. Compliments are nice, recognition is nice, but at the same time, if you are going to be waiting for that validation from other people, then unfortunately you'll probably never receive it. You have to really, really dig deep. You have to pray. You have to meditate. You have to love all of the things that you don't love, that you were taught not to love. It is a part of you. It is a part of yourself. There is only one of you. There is only one of your bodies. And you have to treat yourself and you have to treat your body like you are that limited edition, one of a kind. What's the word I'm looking for? Limited edition, one of a kind, like collection. Nobody else is walking around like you. And that's your gift. But the thing is, if you constantly have people telling you that everything about you is nothing to celebrate, then you'll never celebrate it. You have to, like I said, start to celebrate yourself and start to love yourself. Once you do that, that inner beauty and that inner confidence is going to exude, and people won't be able to help but acknowledge it. Oh, 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 oh.